This summer, I spent 3 weeks visiting my brother at his summer home in the Les Cheneaux Islands in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I figured there would be some boating, swimming, jet skiing, cookouts on the deck, and partying and such. Oh, there was that, but there was much more. There were projects to do. Our first project was to replace the tires on the trailer for Ridge's first sailboat, the Pointless, which is currently in storage.
How can I push it in that far if I haven't found the legs yet?
Let's see. What we're going to need to do is keep that. I'll hold this. Now.
I've got a longer tool. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
There we go. All right, now. There we go.
Fit. Head back to the ranch. We're done for the day. It's Miller time.
The next project came from Ridge's neighbors, the Floods, who needed help taking their old television set down into their basement.
So we're going to lower the center of gravity of this massive object.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, one at a time. Baby steps. More steps, here we go. Here we go, only one more. All right.
You're down on the floor.
There we go. Which way, left or right?
Where do you want it?
Right around the corner.
To the left?
No.
To the left.
To the right? To the right? To the left?
Oh, Rich. Which way, left? You're...
Okay, let's set it down.
That's fine.
You're good with that?
It's good.
Oh yeah, you can do it from there.
So let me get you to return the favor.
Okay.
Come over with me for a minute and look at our trees. We've got 2 trees that got to come down.
And so that sets us up for the next project, tree removal.
I've got a 28-foot ladder we can go up against it to hook a line on it.
Right.
Fortunately, I convinced Ridge to hire professionals for this project.
Well, would this guy come up and top the trees? Yeah, he's showing he does.
He can do anything.
Our next project involved a little shopping.
We're on a road trip to Pickford to the farmer's market. This will do. How much are they?
It's $10.
Thank you very much. Applejack.
On the way back, Ridge decided to shop for a table for the deck by the dock. I thought I was going to come up here and have a nice relaxing time boating on the water, but instead we have all these projects we have to do.
Yeah, that's how it always goes. My brother invite me downstate, say, yeah, we're gonna go do this, this, and this, and then it's, well, when are we going? Well, we gotta do this, this, and this first. Cut wood or something, you know.
I've got a new table to go with the new deck here. Sort of in the same style as the deck, you know, heavy wood. Good. Right size, right feel.
You need to make sure, though, that it will hold 24 ounces of beer.
Well, they say you can dance on it.
Ridge was up early the next morning to fix a problem with the jib on the sailboat.
It's not very hard to deal with this sail. It's just a little bit heavy, maybe 40, 50 pounds. And then there's some friction when you're pulling it up. So I have to drop it again. I have to get this rolled, the black rope rolled up tight before I can unroll it. Anything worth doing is worth doing twice.
What do you think the problem was?
Well, we're going to have to find out. I haven't really tested it in the sense of, you know, when we go out sailing again, we'll see if it's turning or not. But I did switch the halyards.
Later in the day, we tackled another boat-related project.
This is a safety light that you put on a boat when it's at a mooring, and it's got a loop up here. We'll pull it up the mast with a halyard, and then we'll pull it down to the deck as well. So it'll be held in place, both top and bottom. And this has been designed by some local geniuses here. It's an amazing design, using, you know, off-the-shelf parts and you know, just-in-time manufacturing. So this is going to work great.
You know what they say about all work and no play. so we headed over to the Lake Chanot Yacht Club for their Saturday fish fry. This also gave us a chance to ride in the floating point, Ridge's 1953 Chris Craft. And on the way, we got to see a yacht race. Got it. They're the winners. After the race, it was time for the fish fry. To cap off the evening, we took a sunset boat ride to a friend's house on the island for cocktails. The next project was right up my alley. Ridge wanted me to set up the bar and do a little cooking for a golf tournament at the Lake Chanot Golf Club.
Well, I think I'm going to take off now. Good hands here. Get the bar and the grill organized. We'll see you in a couple hours.
Well, I've been tasked with setting up the bar, and there you have it.
You've done a great job.
Thank you very much. The other job that I've been tasked with up here in the UP is to cook up a couple of briskets. So I'm going to finish them off here in the charbroil. We'll do a little Texas cooking up here in the UP. After the tournament, it was time for everybody to chow down.
Is this genuine Texas brisket? Oh my God.
Back at the ranch, another project awaited us, attaching an old headboard that has been in the family for years to a new bed frame.
So what we're doing is we're going to attach the old headboard to a modern queen-size bed.
Okay, the first step in this project is to make sure that this board is the right length to fit on the bed frame. And Ridgway has done a good job of measuring, as you would expect from a mathematician, and the board fits perfectly. Next, we'll drill and then put bolts in it, so this will be attached to the frame of the bed, and then we'll screw this board into our headboard over here.
Okay. Get it on your mark. Okay. Just hold it. Pretty good. Well, it looks like it worked pretty well, Ron.
I think it's there. It's
Yeah.
hopefully it's not going to fall over unless there's some nocturnal activity that we haven't.
You know, we could put some bumpers on the back of this.
Yeah, we could. That's true. That's good. That would certainly keep it a lot quieter for the people in the rest of the house.
Or they might better resonance.
Better resonance. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Well, very good. Another successful Scott and Scott project.
Well, we have a problem here that's caused by our doggy, who likes to stick his nose through the screen right at this bottom corner. So now we're going to put some plexiglass in there so at least the screen stays closed. Okay, so this is an example of a drill press. This is a drill, and this is a press. I'm pressing while I'm drilling.
Now here's a little project I've assigned myself. This rubber molding has come loose from the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to try to put that back in its place. And of course, it's going to give me an opportunity to use the all-powerful Leatherman tool.
Our plan today is to lay a step across here, a 4x6 turned sideways. We just want to get it down level with the deck. I think I gotta go get a pickaxe.
Ridge, I think we're going to need some dynamite for this.
It's definitely wrong. It's got a good edge to it. That's going to be pretty good. All right, let's go try this one out.
With all projects completed, it was time for an adventure. On my last 2 days in the UP, Ridge and I, along with several friends, sailed to Mackinac Island where we would have dinner, spend the night on the boat, and sail back the next morning.
We're going to cruise to Mackinac Island, and we have a small number of people on boat here. Here's the first mate, Sarah Gammons.
Well, I just happen to be the first one here, standing next to you.
Now she's standing in for the real first mate who couldn't be here today. And Sarah sailed to Mackinac a couple of times with us. She knows the routine.
Love it.
And she likes to jump off the boat in the middle of the lake and go swimming. We have a devoted crew here, 10 people, well, including me. But so a crew of 9. Well, a crew of 8, you're the photographer. The numbers are going down here. We just have some passengers, let's face it. But it's going to be fun. Anne is an experienced boater, and Sarah's an experienced boater.
The only safety point I remember is you're supposed to keep 3 points of contact on the boat at all times.
And make sure that the point of contact with your hand is a firm point of contact.
Yes.
Like the rails on the, the wood rails.
Everybody can swim?
Yes, swim. Yes.
Okay.
Just a stand.
If somebody goes over,
If someone goes
push
over,
it.
you're supposed to point at them
Yeah.
and not take your eyes off them and not jump in after them and just point.
And we'll just say, come
holy
back around.
crap.
Yeah.
I think someone fell in. Not getting to Mackinac today.
Right.
With a light wind at our back, once the sails were up and the whisker pole in place to wing out the jib, we had a fairly leisurely and uneventful sail over to the island. And then it was time for some fun in the water with something called tubing.
So don't jump too far out. Jump like that.
Pencil dive. What? Poor Southern kids are screaming right now. Doesn't it feel nice? Alright, isn't that nice, Ryan? Isn't that nice?
We're slowing down.
It's not that cold.
No, it's not.
Once we are close to Mackinac Island, it's time to drop sail and motor into our slip.
Watch boom coming around. Whoa. I think we're okay to drop it.
Lines out front, you need any?
Yes, we do need lines out front.
Yeah, we should do it.
On the island, it was time to stroll around, check out the boats, and all the scenery. There are no motorized vehicles allowed on the island, so there are lots of bicycles and horses for transportation. And finally, it was time for dinner. After a mandatory stop at a fudge shop, we headed back to the boat to bed down.
Well, here it is.
Here we are.
It's 1 a.m., Mackinac Island. Mm-hmm. Everybody else has gone to bed. What do you think, Shauna? Should we call it quits?
Well, we
Pretty-
probably
pretty-
should.
Pretty good day, yeah. We've been to the Pink Pony, shut that down.
We did, yeah.
I don't know where else we could go at this point, but
We were up early the next morning for our trip back. After motoring through some choppy water, we finally got favorable winds for a good sail home. As we motor back into harbor, our sail comes to an end, and so does my 3 weeks up in the UP. Well, it looks like we've had a setback on one of our little projects. It seems the dog, Skipper, has busted out the plastic that we put here in the corner to keep him from poking his nose through the screen. So it looks like we're going to have to go to plan B.